Hi kids, how are you? Do you remember me, Miss Sammy? Are you okay? Are you taking care of yourselves? Are you washing your hands properly? Remember that you have to stay at home. And today I am going to tell you a story. And you can read lots of stories if you have books at home, or you can Google some stories too. The story I'm going to tell you today is called Jack and the Beanstalk. Yes? And it's a different type of story because it rhymes. So I hope you like it. Once upon a rhyme, in a different place and time, in a little wooden shack, lived a young man named Jack. Jack lived with his mother and a very old cow. One day, the cow stopped giving milk. "Mother," said Jack, "what shall we do?" Look, this is Jack's house, the mother, Jack, and the cow. The cow was very old. "Take the cow to market and make sure you get a good price for her." Jack put on his boots and said, "Okay, mother." On the way to market, he met an old man with a stick. "9 beans for your cow," said the old man, "but these beans are magic. Plant them carefully, and tomorrow there will be a beanstalk in your garden, as tall as a pine tree." Jack was amazed by the old man's words. He took the beans and he ran home. "Jack," said his mother, "what have you done? The old man has tricked you. Oh, what a silly son I have." Feeling terrible, Jack threw the beans out of the window and he went to sleep. Here you can see the man giving Jack the magic beans. But the next morning, when Jack opened his eyes, he saw a giant beanstalk as tall as the sky. He jumped out of bed and ran into the garden. "Come down," said his mother, but Jack didn't listen. And look, Jack was going up, 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 up to the sky. He climbed the beanstalk until he reached the top. He saw a castle door and decided to knock. Knock, knock, knock. The door slowly opened and Mrs. Giant appeared. "Oh dear," said Mrs. Giant, "you're just in time for tea." Now look at the castle. It's on top of the world, on top of the sky, on top of the clouds. And this is Mrs. Giant. Can you see how big she is? "Quick," said Mrs. Giant, "hide in this shoe. We don't want Mr. Giant to eat you." The giant sat down and started to eat. "Fee, fi, fo, fum," he said. "I smell fresh meat." "It must be the soup I made for you," answered his wife. "I put lots of lizards in it." Now look how big the giant is, how horrible he is. A little bit scary, right? And now look, all the lizards are walking here. The giant finished the soup with a big slurp, and he gave a very loud burp. "Time to count my gold now." Look at all the gold he has. "My money back, quick!" Jack watched the giant count his money. 1, 2, 3. He had a lot of money. He was rich. Later, the giant was sleeping like a baby. And Jack jumped out of the shoe and took the bag from the table. Then he slid down the beanstalk as fast as he could. "Now we have lots of money to buy some nice food." "Maybe the beans were really magic," said Jack's mother. "School tomorrow, Jack. Off you go to bed." So here, as you can see, Jack has got his money back, and his mother is very happy because they can buy food to eat. Jack and his mother lived happily for a while, thanks to the money from the giant in the sky. One day, of course, there was no more money. Money was gone. And Jack's poor mother began to worry. Oh no, what are we going to do? So Jack climbed the beanstalk again until he reached the top. He went to the castle and gave a big knock. Knock, knock, knock. Jack heard the giant. Clop, clop, clop. Quick, said Mrs. Giant, hide in this sock. So he was hiding. The giant sat down and started to eat. Fee, fi, fo, fum, he said. I smell fresh meat. Look, Jack is hiding because the giant is very close. The giant finished his soup with a big slurp. And he gave a very loud burp. Time to see my hen, wife. Bring it to me quick. The hen laid a golden egg, and the giant was still rich. He had golden eggs, not normal eggs. This hen laid golden eggs. They are very expensive. Look, the hen is laying golden eggs on the table. When the giant was sleeping like a baby, Jack jumped out of the sock and took the hen. Not the eggs. He took the animal from the table. He slid down the beanstalk as fast as he could. Now we have golden eggs, mother, to buy some nice food. But one day, the hen didn't give more eggs. So Jack decided to return to the castle in the sky, and this time the giant was waiting for Jack. The boy who stole my hen and my money has come back. I can smell him. Look, the giant is looking for Jack, and Mrs. Giant is trying to hide him here. The giant finished his soup with a one big slurp, and then he gave a very loud burp. Jack watched as the golden harp began to play alone. The giant had a golden harp, and the harp was playing alone. Nobody was touching it. Oh, said Jack, I could sell it and buy a throne. While the giant was sleeping like a little baby, Jack ran as fast as he could and took the harp from the table. But the harp shouted, Wake up! Wake up! Run, said Mrs. Giant, or my husband will eat you up. Look here. Jack is stealing the harp, and the giant is going to catch him. Jack ran from the giant as fast as he could. Ah, said the giant, I got vertigo. And he was climbing down the beanstalk. Look, they are going very, very fast. Be careful, they can fall. When he reached the bottom, Jack chopped with his axe the beanstalk. And down came the giant with an enormous crash. Thanks to the pretty music the magic harp played, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after. And that's the end of this tale. Do you like the story? So now, what I'm going to ask you to do, if you want, it's not compulsory, but it's something that you can do. Follow here the picture under this video where there are some big giant feet that you can decorate or make with green paper, and then you can add some laces so you can learn how to tie your laces, because it's something that you need to learn in second form. So I hope you have a nice weekend. Remember to read as many books as you can, and remember that it's safer to stay at home. Wash your hands and spend some nice time with your family. Goodbye.